What a matchup!
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Episode 1024 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Before I describe the show, let me just start with an apology. The audio quality is not up to standards, but the content is. So hang in there and listen. There's some crackle that shows up pretty regularly, but I didn't want to let this one go by because the content was good. Now, the show is about resigning your job after 2 weeks. Something else comes through. You think this job isn't as good as the other one. You decide to quit. Is it okay? Hope you find it helpful. Hope you're not presented with this kind of situation because it is painful for you and for the employer. And I hope you give the show 5 stars on iTunes. Now, before we go further, let me also say that if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to me at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I love hearing from folks who listen. If you have a question for me, ask it of me once we're connected. And lastly, if you're curious about my coaching you're not sure, but you're curious, visit thebiggamehunter.us. There's information there. You can also, book an appointment with me. Now, let's get going, okay? A great question was asked, and I want to address it head on. I'm going to skip the company names that are involved because I frankly think it's irrelevant. But here's how it goes. Would it be bad professionally and morally if I leave my new job after 2 weeks for a pioneering firm? How can I leave peacefully? Before moving for the big bank I joined, I was interviewing with well-known technology firm. I've moved to a new city and been working for the big bank for 2 weeks now. However, big technology firm is reaching out to me. Their job is going to pay 1.8% more salary. So I'm assuming it's almost twice as much as he got from the big bank. However, the work stress is 1.5 times more. I can give notice and leave. So the question is, would it be okay? And I'm going to give an unequivocal answer, and then from there work forward. There's a price that we pay for every decision that we make. And this is the tough one that you're going to have to make. You're going to have more stress, more money. Now, money is clearly measurable. You say it's 1.8 times more. So let's say it's 100,000. This is going to be 180,000. Nice. And well, let me make it simple. The answer is yes, you can change jobs. Now let me go through the reasoning. You're going to be making, let's say, 180,000 versus 100. Terrific. Nice increase. And you're now saying the stress is going to be 1.5 times more. I don't know that you can actually measure that. Let's just assume it's going to be more stress than what you're going to have for big bank. And that's the price that you're going to pay for this decision to join. Big bank, the next time the economy turns south, they're going to do what's right for them. They're going to lay off thousands of people, just like they have in the past. And that could involve you. They're going to look out for their interests. I'm encouraging you to look out for your interests. Big technology firm, in theory, they could lay you off for non-performance or if the economy goes south. Although I'm not aware that they've laid off many technology people over the years. But it could certainly happen. And I want you to think carefully. Some people will say you'll be banned for life from the big bank. But I don't really find that's all that accurate. And the truth of the matter is, if you want to recontact them, the likelihood is you're joining at a high level and you can say, hey, look, if you and me What would you do? Seriously, you were paying me 100, I got 180 from so-and-so. Great project. You take that job too. And yes, they were a little late to the party, but I gave 2 weeks notice. By the way, you can give 2 weeks notice at the bank. And I frankly think they'll say, no thanks. You can go now. Always, you are the chief executive officer for your organization. In my case, that firm would be called the Altman organization. My shareholders are my wife and my son. I always have to do things that look out for our interests and take into consideration the interests of others. I never do anything foolish. I always try to weigh my choices carefully. I have to do what's right for them. And for myself, of course, you're going to have to do the same thing. Personally, the inhibitions that you have, the false morality of leaving here, because I think in this particular case, there's nothing immoral about it. Morality introduced into this kind of business situation is nonsense. The last time I read any sort of old biblical or religious treatise, none of it ever talks about leaving your job after 2 weeks. Have you seen that? Because I haven't seen that. You have to do what's right here. And what's right for your enterprise is take this other job if that's what you think makes sense. The money is spectacularly more. And you're going to have a higher level of stress until you get used to it. Because that stress thing, we tend to adapt. We tend to get better at handling things like exercise. The first time you try and run the mile, you go a lot of it, and the second time you do huff and puff too. But when push comes to shove, you're going to get better at it. Well, the same thing's going to happen at the technology firm too. So don't sweat the details here. Head for the new firm. Don't worry about 5 years from now when you might want to come back, because here's the reality of it. If you're making $180,000 and they assess you for $100,000, they're not going to take you back because you're going to be paying more than what they're willing to pay for someone with your background. And the reason is you're going to be doing completely different types of work. From a banking perspective, $180,000, they want people who manage people and resources at a high level, run budgets, run departments, and that's not going to be you. You're going to be a technologist. Fabulous. You enjoy that, you love that, and go do it. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out, okay? Just head on out and have a great time. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, here are a few ways to engage with me. First of all, I just want to start by saying that I no longer do recruiting. I coach people to perform at a high level. So again, I no longer do recruiting. But if you visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, and look at the tabs on the top, you'll see a menu of choices available to you. First of all, you can hire me to do a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, help you with a salary negotiation, answer your questions about your job search, advise you about a decision you have to make about a job offer. Those are all there as an option. I can do a job search makeover with you, where we critique everything you've been doing in your search up until that point and come up with alternatives. If you're relatively early in your search, we can do a complete coaching program where I work with you from beginning to end in half-hour increments so it doesn't have to take a lot of time for each session. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love hearing from folks who like it and are interested in my help. Again, linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. You can take my classes on Skillshare too and become a premium member for 99 cents for the first few months. I have a link in the show notes. Just follow that link, sign up, take my classes. Lastly, I want to mention to you, you can find a lot of information at thebiggamehunter.us, and at times it may seem like it's too much. So you can look at the best of my material at jobsearchcoachinghq.com, where I've curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. Again, that's jobsearchcoachinghq.com. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care.
What a matchup!
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions. What a matchup!
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.